Hi Aquarius! I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. There may be somebody around you that you see as being maybe having different interests than you do, especially when it comes to your opinions on your values. Yes, maybe a difference of opinion. This can be somebody where you feel like you're worth X amount and maybe this person is undercutting you a bit, or you feel like they don't see you for you and the way that you want to be valued. They may be somebody that's a bit harsh, critical. This can always be an internal voice of yours. But there's a focus on like your values. There's a focus on you possibly setting boundaries with someone. So it's like this. You could be saying like writing something and have somebody come through and they're giving you constructive criticism and telling you like, fix this here, this needs to be edited over there. And that is something desirable for you in that spot because you're checking in with yourself and you're like, you know what, I agree with them. They're right. Like, this should be fixed over here. I need to work on that. And I think overall, I'm collaborating with this person and it is going to help whatever I'm producing to be better, right? And then you may have another like frequency of energy come through and be like, you need to fix this and that over there. And you just did like so horribly with this and whatever. And you're listening to them. And you're in a space where before taking what this person is saying as truth, you're checking in with yourself and being like, does that resonate with me? Do I agree with that? And being in this space, no matter if it's something you at first enjoy hearing or that you don't enjoy hearing, you want to check in and ask yourself if it's something that resonates with you and if it's like helping you to be like better, to expand or to increase the quality of work that you're doing, what have you, whatever this is. And I mean, it can just be people coming into your life and saying like, you should really fix that, or this should happen, or like, I really like the way that you do this. Whatever it is, you want to be asking yourself whether or not it resonates with you before you take it on and make that your truth as well. You want to check in with yourself first and figure out what your truth is. So yeah, but I'm seeing that there's a focus particularly on somebody or a frequency that's coming through. Again, can be internal, can also be external, of somebody that you may feel is a bit of a harsh critic on you. And you may think that you deserve more within a situation or deserve better within a situation, or that like this person, for some of you, you feel like this person doesn't value your time or doesn't value something that when you interact with them, you may feel like you're not seen for who you really are. And so it's about setting boundaries, but more than setting boundaries, it's about filtering the information and asking yourself if it resonates, again, before taking it on and making that your truth. Not just agreeing with it because it's being said, but really checking in and asking yourself, like, do I actually agree with that? Does that really resonate with me? Is this a flaw or something to be fixed, or do we just have differing opinions? Starting off with the Empress can definitely be, can be something that you're working on. Can be self-value as well. I'm hearing lordship, maybe something going on with Venus in your birth chart. Okay. So some of you are working on something that looks like it's very, very promising, whatever this is. Whether this be like an art project, a creative endeavor, or just how you're dealing with yourself within your life. Like working on yourself, working on your self-esteem, your value, your empowerment. Now, here's the thing. If you didn't have this person coming through and saying anything about what you're doing, I don't think that you would feel a type of way about it. It looks like you feel very proud of what you're doing. You feel very good about it. You like the way that you feel when you're doing this. Very proud of your work, stuff like that. You may have somebody coming through instilling some sort of doubt. This is something to be mindful of. The reason why is that, okay, so it's like this. When somebody is not living in their truth, when somebody's not like at a place where they're ready to understand why feelings like jealousy, we can say, pop up, they will look at you and see you having something that they want for themselves. And rather than looking at you and being like, you know what, I see this person and they're living in their truth and they're living authentically to them, and like, look at this stuff that they're working on and that's so admirable, I want to do that for myself, so I'm going to figure out how to do that within my life. This person may be at a stage where they look at you and see what they're not doing for themselves, and rather than interpret it like that, they just are projecting a sense of like jealousy, animosity, envy, stuff like that onto you, rather than understanding that it's just an internal projection and it's a message for them to do something within their own life. They will just look at you as being a symbol of what they're not doing for themselves and feel a type of way towards you, even though it's really how they feel about themselves. But this is like the process of how it is being put onto you, even though it has nothing to do with you, actually. It's all just internally what they're projecting onto you. But they may think that it has something to do with you. It doesn't. But anyway, just to give you insight as to where this person is coming from. And I mean, we all can do that too until we understand where those feelings are coming from for ourselves. Remember, energies can absolutely be reversed. Yeah, I'm seeing you in a space where you feel like you feel so happy with yourself and you feel so happy about the things that you're working on, and you feel like in many ways this is it for you, even though like things will change and what you're doing may change and all of that. Frequency wise, you feel very solid in what you're doing, and you can feel solid in what you're doing and tomorrow do something completely else. It's like moving with the flow of what you're doing and what you feel called to be working on, and how you feel like you are able to express yourself through the work that you're doing, through the art that you're doing, through the words that you speak out to other people, through the thoughts that you have, what you do with them, how you maneuver through all of that, the type of energy that you're giving out to other people. For some of you, you have something, it looks, even though it can absolutely be business related, it looks less Mars-like and more Venus-like to have the Empress here. So rather than this, what I'm seeing right now, the energetic snapshot, rather than it being about like business and structure and all of that, I'm seeing there be a focus on the divine feminine energy, which is about like creativity and what we're doing with that, how we're channeling our energy, what you are taking energetically and expressing. And to have Venus and also the sun here, this is a lot of creative energy. Maybe a focus of, for example, like Venus in the 5th house, or the sun in the 2nd house, or in the 7th house. Can be like also a transit that you're experiencing right now. Anyway, back to what we're doing. I'm seeing something about like you and how you're expressing yourself and about how that is translating to your physical reality. It looks like there is a lot of abundance in general surrounding you. And I'm seeing you also be very much in a space where you are minding your business and feel good about that, because it's giving all of that energy that you could be like giving away by focusing on anyone else. You are taking all of that and focusing it on what you're doing, and so it's making what you're doing more powerful as well. Your energy is more potent because of this, and because it's all being directed into these things that are important to you, the type of life that you want, what you want to attract into your life, what you want to create within your life. what you want to fill your life with. And focusing on the things that you do want. Which I'm seeing hasn't been necessarily the easiest journey for you. I'm seeing you be in a spot where you feel like you persisted and you worked yourself to this place where you are finding yourself. Feeling like there were many obstacles that you overcame. Feeling like there were many instances of difficult situations, trials, a lot of learning experiences, all of that. And learning more and more how to express yourself in a way that matters to you, in a way that counts to you, where you really feel like you're stepping up and showing who you are and really feeling good about that. You may have also, Aquarius, you may have also had an idea of, with the Empress, it can be anything creatively that you are working on, anything artistically that you're working on, and like really anything can be art. It's anything that you're channeling, anything that you're producing. With Venus, like really any type of art at all. And for some of you, this is something that you're doing where there's also a lucrative side to this as well, a financial side. And it looks like things are going quite well. Ideally, even. I will say this too, if you're at a spot where you're having ideas about like what it is that you want to make, what it is that you create, and you have not done it yet, it seems like this is going to be a very auspicious time to be doing that. Definitely. And I am seeing there be like an overlap between like creatively what you're putting out there and also finances too. And there is a crescendo, there's a sense of building that I'm seeing be connected with this. For some of you too, you could be working on something and you didn't like monetize it yet. Or you've been focusing more so on like the work that you're doing or the art that you're doing or the creativity, your craft. And you may have not been focusing yet on the financial side of it, and there may be more of a focus now. Honing in on what you want to do was the thing first and foremost that you felt guided to be focusing on. Because when you think about it, really, there's so many different ways to like bring money into your life, and you could have been in a spot where you were like, I just want to focus on the job that pays the most. Like that's what I'm concerned about. I don't care what I'm doing. I just want the money. And like there's nothing wrong with that. There's no judgment. It's all about how you want to go about doing things and how you feel like you're going to find a sense of fulfillment, if that's your goal, if that's what you're looking for. And I'm seeing you be in a space where you wanted to focus on your craft first, regardless of the money, knowing that eventually this aspect of the money would be involved in this, and like not just the money, but the resources in general. So first you focus on what you want to be doing, what you feel like comes naturally to you, or what you want to work on that you feel like you could build towards, the thing that you feel passionate about, the things that you feel passionate about. It doesn't have to be one thing. It can be like literally anything that you can do creatively. And it seems like it's getting more organized, what this is that you're doing. So you're finding more of a rhythm with it. Now, something looks like it's becoming finalized with the Empress. And this is going to be, because you are so in flow, it is going to be very easy to acquire resources within the 3D that are attached to this, if you choose. Yeah, something that you can make a profit off of. Yeah, I'm seeing you be in a space where you feel like these natural gifts, these natural abilities are what you were meant to be doing, and also that it brings the most abundance into your life because you are working on it, cultivating it, expressing it. Because I'm seeing the Empress be attached to the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is like our connection to everything, our connection to other people, to art, to energy, to ourselves, first and foremost, to spirit, our connection with the universe. And then to have the sun be connected with that. It's all about expressing that creatively, artistically. And creating something within the 3D with that. And that being very, very abundant. This looks very much like a solo journey. Even though other people could be connected with, like, collaborating with you in some way, your drive is the thing that is, like, really guiding this and really moving this. So even though other people may take part in it, this is yours. This is, like, your project. It's your baby. It is very much connected with, like, your originality and your creativity. And you may even feel like this is you uniting different aspects of yourself to be able to live this out, to play this out. I'm seeing again, this has not been easy. There may have been a lot of struggling. There may have been a lot of competition. There could have been a lot of things that may have potentially deterred you from doing this. Especially too, because there's a sense of vulnerability within what you're doing. Because you feel it's so authentic to you, there's a sense of being very much like bearing your soul, putting that into what you're doing. But having that feel right to you. I'm seeing you be in a space where it could not be any other way. And you know this. You feel this very deeply. And you feel so very connected with yourself. I keep hearing stuff about art. You feel very connected with your art. You may be trying to figure out what you're going to do next with this. Because you may have even done something where you feel like, you've explored what you wanted to explore and maybe want to move forward, maybe want to move further, maybe want to expand. This doesn't mean necessarily abandoning ship with what it is that you've already been doing, but it may stand on the shoulders of what you've been doing. Because I'm seeing something else you have in mind and recognize, like, hey, I have this ability as well, and maybe this is also something that I want to be doing now too. Because there's a sense of, like, mastery with the Empress. So yeah, there could have been a craft that you feel like in a way you have mastered, and now there's a sense of wanting to build upon that, to expand upon that. And I am seeing something again that you feel very connected with. It feels like the next leg of the journey. Yeah. This is something new that you would be starting. This is something that you feel excited about exploring. You may feel a bit conflicted, though, for some reason. We're going to get further into this because I'm not sure why this is yet, but it is something that is going to be overruled, is what I'm hearing. I wonder what it was that was holding you back. There may have been, you're at a space and there are 5 different paths that you could take. You may have been stuck because you were trying to figure out which one you want to go down. That may have been what this is. It seems like just picking something to explore, taking those first steps is gonna work. Like, whatever you feel like you want to be doing. And you may have 3 different things that you want to do just as much as the other thing. Just pick one at random and go down. Because it's not like you can't turn back around and do something else. And it's not like if you decide to work on that thing, you can't then also work on other things or finish that and then go to the next thing, you know? It's just about picking something and not taking too long to pick. Because sometimes we get so caught up in that, like, there being so many options that we kind of just freeze and then don't go anywhere. Meanwhile, we could have done like 5 things by the time we pick the first one. And it's not going to make all that much of a difference. Yeah, and that's the thing too, is that if we are meant to go down a particular path, you will have a knowing that something is right for you. And if you try to go down a different path when you're being guided elsewhere, you're going to feel very conflicted about it. Because you're choosing, like, not to answer the call in that way. And so it's kind of like you're going against your instinct. You may have also potentially shied away from something because you knew that you had, like, a foundational ability to explore within something and felt like it could bring things about within your life. However, within even, like, the social setting, there may have been some sort of competition within, like, that field that you wanted to move into. Career setting, I'm also hearing. So, once this sense of conflict is sorted, I'm seeing you be in a space where you are ready to go on an adventure. Maybe that was also an aspect of it too, getting in the mindset where you were like, you know what, no matter what I pick, it's going to be an adventure, so I'm just going to pick where we go and we're going to see how it is, because I can't guess all the way through to the end and see how it's all going to unfold, so I'm just going to pick something for now and go with that and enjoy the ride. So yeah, having, like, the spirit of adventure be important with the Uranus energy here and be in a space of discovery. I'm hearing and anticipation. Make sure that you're not taking on too much as well. You have to use your discernment when it comes to how much you're committing yourself to, because I'm seeing you be in a space where there's a lot of stuff that you can be activating and participating in. You want to make sure that you don't take on too much and then get burnt out or overwhelmed. So slow down if you start feeling like this is heavy, because it's meant to be fun. It's absolutely meant to be fun. It's meant to be, like, interesting, engaging. Like, there's a lot to take in. However, if you feel yourself kind of feeling ungrounded or feeling like, wow, I've taken on so much, I don't really feel like I'm processing anymore, or this is becoming so stressful, it's not fun anymore, you want to take a look into that and see how we can reduce that. For some of you too, in the past, when you explore something, like, you may have been used to just taking things on so much. Like, if I can do it, if I have the ability to do it, I don't care if my body tells me it's stressed out, I'm just gonna push through it. And, like, that was the way that you knew how to do it. And now I'm seeing there be something else where there's more of a focus on, like, evenly or more equally distributing what it is that you're doing, rather than taking on all at once and having that feel very stressful. There's a sense of like, working at it every day, rather than feeling like you need to do the most with this. And there may be conversations that you're having with somebody about this too, if there are, like, other people involved, like, hey, I can only take on this much in order for me to be effective. Maybe even a conversation you're having with yourself. But yeah, there could also be somebody that's helping you manage the stress that you're feeling. You could also be reaching out to somebody and being like, hey, do you want to do this part? This reminds me of, like, a delegating sort of energy, and that may be something that you're doing too. rather than feeling like you have to take all of this on yourself. Yeah, it does look like somebody else is getting involved with this thing that you're doing. It looks like it starts off as something solo that you're doing, but then I'm seeing other people be connected with this. At least another person. And this is somebody that you know. This feels like a collaborative type of energy. Like maybe your craft also has to do with collaborations. So you're exploring something new. You may have felt a bit overwhelmed with how you would propose this. I'm seeing this be part of a new chapter, a new beginning, and I'm also seeing like a new pathway being carved out here. And there are other people that are involved with this as well. These look like people that you associate with socially or that you have a sense of familiarity with. For some of you, it can even be a group of people. These would be people that you feel like bring some sort of support into your life. I'm seeing there would be like conversations connected with this, like there's communication that would be involved, or like an announcement that would be being made. Okay, so there's something that you feel very attracted to. Something. For some of you, this can also be a person. I will say that too. Like if you're looking at this for relational, I don't want to say issues because I'm not seeing it necessarily be an issue. There may be somebody that you have your eye on that you feel very, very attracted to. Somebody, something. So it can be like a creative thing that you want to be doing. It can be a person. Either way, you feel extremely magnetized to whatever this is. And this is something that like you will take the time that it takes to like nurture this and to give this what you can to make it happen. And I'm seeing a plan, and I'm seeing this be part of something new that you're doing. However, even though it feels in some ways like a leap of faith that you would be taking, it's something that feels very solid to you because you know in your heart you are connected with this. So even though it may be some new territory, you know in your heart that you feel connected with this, and so that makes it solid enough for you. There is an element of stress that is being recognized here. That is connected with having to make some sort of move. It's something related to a proposal or an offer, even something that you would be doing daily that's connected with this. And I'm seeing this be successful, even though something was difficult to get to the point of, to open this chapter. And to have this guy be here, this means like the start of a relationship or the start of a project that you are doing. That you have like, it seems at least emotionally, energetically, you've invested a lot in this already. So yeah, the proposal was successful. Remember, proposal can be so many different things. It can be like proposing an idea to somebody, proposing a project. It can be, for example, you're going to be selling something new on your website, like making a proposal for that. It can be for a relationship, can be for a marriage even, can really be anything, an engagement of yours. But yeah, now I'm seeing you be like successfully engaged with something, even though this wasn't easy to do. Because it seems like there was a lot going on within the environment that felt very busy, and now finally something seems like it's locked in for you. And I'm seeing that there are also going to be people that are going to come in and be involved in this, or at least another person that you know that is going to be supporting you. I'm looking at Venus, Uranus, and the Sun. Yeah, there's a lot of mutual reception here that I'm seeing. And I'm seeing you very quickly also move into a space where you see, like, you feel like you are seeing everything so very, very clearly. Like, mentally, energetically, you don't feel like you could be more clear. There's a sense of feeling very, very present, of feeling like you're firing effectively, of even feeling emotionally like things are very clear to you too. You feel informed as to what's going on emotionally for you. So it seems like energetically and in concerning all of your the chakras, the whole system, it seems very much like everything is kind of working in unison and all together. And that you're not just like leaning into like one side or one aspect of your energy. This seems like it was very much about connecting with your feminine energy. And remember, all of us have masculine and feminine. It's not that like some people only have feminine energy or some people are only divine masculine. You are both divine masculine and divine feminine. Two different sides of the same coin. It's all one. So yeah, this seemed like it was about connecting with your divine feminine energy. So it's like you may have gotten really good at putting things down, at organizing things, of getting things done, but you needed something to work with. This is giving you that thing to be working with now. It's pulling this thing that you feel attracted to, being magnetized towards this thing, and now having something to work with. Because before you may have felt idle hands, and now you have something to be working on, something to be doing. But like you needed that inspiration, and I'm seeing that be what you're connecting with here. And you know that this is right for you. It feels right. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.